constitute the bedrock of our deepening ties with the United States. Indeed, more than any other relationship, mobility and migration has had a key role to play in enhancing its quality. Sir, the House would also share the view of the government that it is in our collective interest to encourage legal mobility and discourage illegal movement. In fact, illegal mobility and migration has many other associated activities also of an illegal nature. Moreover, those of our citizens who have been inveigled into illegal movement themselves become prey to other crimes. They are trapped into both moving and working under inhumane conditions. Members are aware that unfortunately there have even been fatalities in the course of such illegal migration. Those who have returned have also testified to their harrowing experiences. Mr. Chairman, sir, it is the obligation of all countries to take back their nationals if they are found to be living illegally abroad. This is naturally subject to an unambiguous verification of their nationality. This is not a policy applicable to any specific country, nor indeed one only practiced by India. It is a general accepted principle in international relations. Sir, honorable members would be aware that the process of deportation is not a new one. I repeat, not a new one, and has been ongoing for several years. I would like to share with the House details of deportation from the United States since 2009. Their numbers, years-wise, as available with our law enforcement authorities, is as follows. 2009, number of deportees, 734. 2010, 799. 2011, 597. 2012, 530. 2013, 515. 2014, 591. 2015, 708. 2016, 1303. 2017, 1024. 2018, 1180. 2019, 2042. 2020, 1889. 2021, 805. 2022, 862. 2023, 617. 2024, 1368. 2025, 104. Sir, deportations by the US are organized and executed by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, authorities. The standard operating procedure for deportation by aircraft used by ICE, that is effective from 2012. I repeat, that is effective from 2012, provides for the use of restraints. However, we have been informed by ICE that women and children are not restrained. Further, the needs of deportees, including during transit, related to food and other necessities, including possible medical emergencies, are attended to. During toilet breaks, deportees are temporarily unrestrained if needed in that regard. This is applicable to chartered civilian aircraft as well as military aircraft. There has been no change, I repeat, no change from past procedure for the flight undertaken by the US on 5 February 2025. Honorable Chairman, sir, we are, of course, engaging the US government to ensure that the returning deportees are not mistreated in any manner during the flight. At the same time, the House will appreciate that our focus should be on crackdown, strong crackdown on the illegal migration industry, while taking steps to ease visas for the legitimate traveler. On the basis of information provided by returning deportees about the agents and others involved, law enforcement agencies will take necessary preventive and exemplary actions. I thank you.
One second. Please take your seat. Honorable members, take your seat. Will you take your seat? The House has to be run on some rules. Your leaders are aware of it. Please take your seat. Your party has not given your name. Honorable members, under Rule 251, a statement may be made by a minister on a matter of public importance with the consent of the chairman, but no question shall be asked at the time of the statement is made. 1 second. Have some patience. Don't jump the gun. My permission was taken by the Honorable External Affairs Minister to make the statement today. There was a request from the leader of the opposition, and that was agreed by the Parliamentary Affairs Minister and leader of the House, that looking to the public sentiment and need for clarity, some brief interventions may be allowed. I examined the request that came from both sides, and I took the call that I'll be making a departure that will not graduate to a precedent, and I would urge the members whose names have come to me to make brief interventions up to 3 minutes. I call upon Shri Randeep Singh Surjewala. 3 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman, sir. The extent subject that has been raised by the Honorable Minister of External Affairs, we have to rise above the political considerations, and our heart aches. 140 crore people are aggrieved, and restrained people lost their self-confidence. 4 simple clarifications I seek from the Honorable External Affairs Minister. First is whether government is in the know that on 5th of February, 104 Indians were deported. They were restrained. There were chains on their hands and feet, and women included. 40-hour journey, 1 toilet break. In inhuman way, they were forcibly sent to India, and the government kept mum. Where the government is aware that 7,25,000 such Indians are there, where America is preparing to deport from their country. Whether it is the behavior against terrorists, or is it human, whether government would comment. And second, how many thousands of Indians are there now? We saw handcuffed and chained brothers, sisters, and children, but how many thousands are there out of 7,25,000, where in detention center the Americans have imprisoned them? What is their condition? Whether they have been given counselor access by you? Third clarification, whether this time around Trump government on Namaste Trump, 100 crore rupees spending, the government on this side understands that 7,25,000 Indians went there because 2 crore employment opportunities every year was promised. Neither livelihood was arranged nor good lifestyle arranged, and 1 acre land if they had to sell it, and they mortgaged their homes, and then they went there. What is government going to do about it? I'll close it after 4th clarification, sir. Only last clarification, sir. When a small country like Colombia and their president can make the US do things and can show them the right path, maltreating their citizens. Why can't you do that to the US? Sir, you made your point, please. One line, sir. One line, sir. With due regard, sir. Just one line. I made a departure.
Living in everybody's commitment.
Sir, I defer to everything.
Sir,
Sir, just one line and-
No. No. Sri Tiruchishwa, I will not. Please, take your seat. You have never done. For a change, obey the chair. Please, for a change. It will be the first of the kind from Sri Tiruchishwa. Please. Tiruchiji, nothing is going on record. Sri Tiruchi Sharma. Sri Tiruchi Shiva.
Thank you, Chairman, sir.
What is this? You are a senior man and still doing it. Can there be a more abuse of a privilege extended?
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Sir, thank you very
Sri
much.
Tiruchi Shiva.
Sir, it is not
Sir,
pointing
it is
fingers
intervention.
at anyone.
The honorable member has misunderstood. It is intervention. Please go ahead. I said I allowed interventions. He can ask. Please go ahead.
Chairman, sir, I said it is not pointing fingers at anyone. Just we need some clarifications. We accept that what the External Affairs Minister told, that it is an ongoing process. The deportation of illegal migrants have been happening. But what we have heard now is that the way they have been sent is not in a proper manner. I would like to know whether Indian embassy has been contacted by the US government and have given information that this number of people are going to be deported. And in that case, what was the reaction? And what we hear through media is that these people were handcuffed, they were ill-treated, stranded for more than 14 hours, and it is totally inhuman that nobody will admit, whether the government or us or any human. So they are all Indians. First of all, the deportation should happen in a proper manner. Why it should be an Air Force flight where there will be less comforts, we know very well. And what steps our government has taken, if at all it has been informed, to deport them. How many women were there? How many children were there? And after they have reached India, whether the government has reached out to them to know their experience and have tried to address what has happened. And if anything to be contacted to be with the US government, what are the plans you have? Thank you very much.
Sri Saket Gokhale.
Thank you very much, sir. So I very carefully listened to the Honourable Minister's statement. What baffles me is that the Minister seemed more focused on defending the US deportation policies than the interest of our own citizens. So one thing that stood out in the Honourable Minister's statement is that from the year 2016, the number of deportations of Indians have doubled. 2016, we know which government was in power, that government continues to still be in power. According to a survey by Pew Research Center, sir, 2011, there were 425,000 undocumented Indian migrants in the US. In 2021, that number's gone up by 70% to 725,000. Sir, the US is just one part of it. Prime Minister Modi personally requested the Russian President, Mr. Putin, but there are still Indians who are being forced to serve in the Russian army. They're dying on the borders of Ukraine. They've still not been repatriated to India despite PM Modi's request. I have some very, very pointed questions, so I'm going to keep it short. So as the first we talk, and we hear in this house almost every minister, every member when they speak from the treasury benches, we are the world's 5th largest economy. We are soon going to be 3rd largest. We are a Vishwaguru.
Ask this.
Sir, as a Vishwaguru, I'm asking through you, sir, as a Vishwaguru, are citizens being shackled in chains, their legs being shackled together, being handcuffed, when countries like Colombia, which don't even figure in the top 10, can send an aircraft and bring their citizens back with dignity? What stops our government from sending one aircraft? We don't have a shortage of it.
Thank you.
What stops? No, sir, I have just one. You said 3 minutes, sir. That's all I'm requesting. So why have we not been able to ensure a dignified and humane repatriation of our citizens is number one. And number two, sir, the Honourable Minister made a very important point about undocumented migrants facing a lot of risk. The migrants have gone to the US, have gone through the Darien Gap, through the northern border. Many of them have frozen and died on the northern border as well. So the question is, what process does the ministry have? Because clearly there's economic distress. They're running away from the country for search of better opportunities. What processes do we have? Be it Cambodia, Indians are trapped, made to work in call centers in the US. So how is the ministry, beyond protector of immigrants, which doesn't do much, How is the ministry ensuring that so many Indian citizens don't have to risk their lives to run away from a failing economy and go to other countries illegally, sir?
Thank you. Honorable members, before I call Sanjay Singh, I would urge you that comprehensively issues have been raised by Randeep Singh Surjewala, Tiruchi ji, and Saket also. Avoid repetition. Shri Sanjay Singh.
Thank you, sir. India is the largest democracy in the world. And Honorable Prime Minister again and again talks of relationship and ties with America and friendship also. With humility, I'd like to know from the Honorable External Affairs Minister that handcuffed, shackled feet, Randeep ji has said in an inhuman way they have been brought back. It has been stated, please, 1 second, please hear out the question. I'll urge the members.
He has already made that point.
आगे का तो सुन लीजिए.
Please hear me out, sir. They were brought in this condition, sir. And afterwards, what happened? When they landed in India, you are not ready to accord dignity in the prisoners when they were transported from Haryana. On our own land, what America did, well, we know. We are stating that on our soil, they were transported in prisoners van, and others have also posed question. Small countries are sending their planes, their own planes they are sending to fetch their citizens to their countries. Whether Government of India has any plan in future that they will send their own planes, Operation Ganga you are talking of in Ukraine. So are you planning something to fetch your citizens from abroad? Last question, sir. 33 were from Gujarat, sir. Haryana was also involved. Punjab also, people were from. UP also they were from. I want to ask you, sir, on your land, military aircraft from US came and you did not know about it. You did not try to ascertain also. You did not make any attempt that in one toilet, you please have some shame. And in one toilet was arranged. 104 people were brought back from US to India. Randeep Surjewala ji, in a focused manner, has asked.
1 second. Professor Manoj Kumar Jha, I expect from you
I will not
that
repeat.
you will add extra.
I
Because
assure
Honorable
you,
Minister
sir.
has taken note of what has already
I
been said.
assure you, sir. I'll not repeat any of the points mentioned by any of my colleagues.
Please go ahead.
My first query, explanation from Honorable Minister, sir. It involves us all. The images were worrisome. And that's why you have made a suo moto statement. Because the images were worrisome, I have a couple of issues to seek from you. How much advance notice that the government of India received for this US deportation?
Yes.
And how many much more are in the pipeline? Number one. Number two, did the Indian embassy or the consulate provide any kind of legal or consulate service sought by them?
Yes.
Or if not at all, what was? What the government is doing about the agents and agencies which openly on their website claim that they'll make you reach your favored destination. Yes. And sir, before I conclude, my query is, sir, there might be illegal infiltrators or whatever for US. For us, they are our genuine citizens. हमारे नागरिक हैं.
They are our citizens, and since they are our citizens,
Align with India's broader policy on protecting its citizens abroad. Will the Indian government raise this, particularly the inhuman aspect of it, which scares us all, intimidates us, at a multilateral platform or in a bilateral manner? Thank you very much, sir.
Dr. John Britas, Dr.
sir.
John Britas,
Sir, being a member
only
of,
new points.
sir, being a member of a standing committee, that is MEA, please give me 3 minutes.
Sir, don't ask time, make only new suggestions.
Sir, only new. If it is old, please take it off. Sir, is it not a fact that countries like Colombia, Mexico, Brazil,
Now, Dr. John Britas,
question,
it is
sir.
fourth time you are reiterating.
Questions,
It has been said.
Sir, I am quoting, sir, I am quoting.
Please,
I will only send,
appeal to you.
I will only say new things, sir. My
Professor
question,
Manoj Kumar
my
Jha came up with
question,
new points.
my
Come
co-
with new points.
My question, only new things, sir. Is it not a fact that New York Times reported that military planes have rarely been used in the past by the US deportation? First question. Second question, Honorable Minister listed about the deportations. In the past, all these deportations the minister referred to, were they undertaken in passenger aircrafts or in military aircrafts? Third, as per the unstarred question on 28/7/2022 on Rajya Sabha, is it not a fact that the minister had said that any violation of immigration laws is brought to our notice, our missions, post abroad, and seek consular access? In this case, were our missions alerted? Were the details provided to our mission? And the fourth question, sir, International Human Rights Convention, India is a signatory to UN human rights treaties. Is it a fact that it emphasizes humane treatment in deportation cases? And the fifth question, sir, the lack of data. As a member of the External Affairs Standing Committee, we have been agitated over the lack of data with regard to the Indians abroad. And the sixth point, sir, illegal agents. Will the government do something to ensure that illegal agencies are busted? Thank you, sir.
Honorable Minister, if you would like to respond.
Sir,
Honorable members, please bear with me. No. All right, Honorable Minister. No. One second. Professor Ram Gopal Yadav, unfortunately, there was no input from your side, and therefore I thought,
Sir,
no, that has been covered.
मैं
Professor sir,
माननीय
Sir, I would like to know from the Honorable Minister.
to be in the same boat today.
मैं माननीय
Sir, I would like to know from the Honorable Minister that this deportation which has been carried out, whether you had any talk with the concerned authorities there regarding that, and secondly, the people who have been deported, and earlier also, whether they own any property there, and if they have their property there, what arrangements you are doing to bring that back, because in my knowledge, they have their property, and the people who are being deported, you should try to find out that how many of them own some property there, and whether they will be allowed to take back that.
1 minute.
Only one point I am raising, sir. As all our members raised, I am also concerned how they treated.
Sir, one point, make the point.
Sending our Indian people. First point, sir, I want to raise whether, sir, Trump has come over the president of India now. Our Indian origin, Lady Kamala Harris fought against her. She lost. I am fearing she's also Indian, also especially Tamil origin lady. So many Tamil people and Indian people are residing in America. Whether any revenge is going to take place in the way to treat our Indian people.
Thank you.
Whether should no, this is a serious matter.
You have raised the point.
Because our candidate Harris
Sandeep
has
Rai ji, you have raised the point.
contested
You have raised a good
lost.
point. Okay.
Therefore, I want to know whether such kind of
Shri
further
Santosh Kumar P.
will come.
Shri Santosh Kumar.
I have two clarifications to seek. Number one, Trump will be in power for the coming 4 years. So how many more deportations we are expecting in the coming years? Number one. Number two, there are many households in the US.
One second, please.
There are many households in US where family members have different legal status. Some of them may be legal, some of them may be undocumented or migrants like that. So do we have any clear-cut data on this family? How many families are like this in US?
Thank you.
And what about the students of US?
Thank you. Shri Sanjay Raut, briefly, 1 minute.
सर हम ये
Sir, we understand that Donald Trump is a friend of our Prime Minister, but our Prime Minister is going to make a visit to US, and his tour has been fixed. And before his tour, the way people of our country, they have been deported, I wanted to know from the Honorable Minister that about 18,000 people they are sending back. Whether Modi ji, when he will be there in US, whether he will have any positive engagement about these 18,000 people with Trump administration.
Just one query. Sir, is it true that the US President Donald Trump has signed an executive order to cancel student visas for non-citizens participating in protests related to the Israel-Palestine conflict? Is this true that the United States of America, who calls themselves the sole custodian of human rights and democracy, is doing this for protesting? What is India's stand on this?
Thank you. Honorable Minister. No, please. Honorable Minister. No,
Thank you, sir.
I have given one party. No, sorry. Please. No. Honorable Minister.
Sir, a
No.
number of...
No.
a number-
Honorable Minister.
Yes, sir.
Only
A
Honorable Minister. Please
Sir,
go ahead.
a number of members raised issues which you pointed out were repetitive. So I will answer issue by issue.
Okay.
In some cases, it will reply to multiple members.
Okay.
So the first issue which was raised by Mr. Surjewala, he said, do you know that 104 people were brought back yesterday? Of course we know. We were the people who verified the nationality. We were the people who gave the aircraft clearance for the flight to know. So yes, I know 104 people came back in 2014. I also know that 5 to 7 times that number came back in 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So let us not make out as though this is something which is a new issue. This is an issue which was happening earlier. Second issue, sir. Many people ask me, where did we have consular access to these 104 or others who are in detention? In many cases, sir, consular access, embassy would like to have consular access to any Indian national. But that national has to request consular access. In many cases, they have not requested, so we were not aware. But in every case, we have obtained passport details, we have checked their verification, we have ensured that they are Indians, and we have had contacts to ensure that that is the case. Then, sir, there is the next issue. After their return, are we making an effort, which Honorable Member Tirchi Siva asked? Are we making an effort? Yes. In fact, that is why the authorities have been given instructions, and I would urge Honorable Member Sanjay Singh not to misrepresent that instruction. They have been given instruction to sit with every one of the returnees, find out how did they go to America, who was the agent, how did this illegal industry happen, how can we take precautions so that this does not continue. We have been very, very, I would say, sir, sympathetic and solicitous to the predicament of people going. So I do not want the House or the public to have a wrong understanding of how they were received. They have come through a very difficult experience. They were misled by agents. I will come to the action issue after this, sir. Then the question, sir, I think one member raised saying, you know, the numbers went up after 2016. Sir, I was very, very bureaucratically correct. I took a single source.
Sir, what is meant by bureaucratically correct?
Sir, which means I followed a bureaucratic database to ensure that I gave before the House a very, very similar comparable number from the same database.
So, sir, as a healthy practice, let everyone follow the bureaucratic practice.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Now, sir, what I do want to say, Actually, if one looks at the Homeland Security data, sir, the Homeland Security, the American Homeland Security Department has a report about aliens removed by criminal status and country of nationality. For India, actually that number is
I'm
860.
shocked. I allowed indulgence. No, what is this? You are not listening to the Honorable Minister. No, I'm so sorry. Please. Honorable Minister.
Yes, sir.
I'll be careful next time.
Sir,
I'll be careful next time. Take your seat.
Sir, the
Honorable Minister.
Homeland Security Department data actually shows prior to 2014, their numbers, American numbers were actually close to 1,000. The numbers I have given, sir, as can be seen in the statement, are from the Bureau of Immigration. In many cases, possibly because if they were not issued emergency certificates, they may have been treated differently. Maybe they went to some other country. So I would say we should look at this in a overall manner rather than try to make clever points about which year was a little higher than which year. Then, sir, the issue came about military aircraft being sent. Now, some other members also raised, have military aircraft been sent before? The procedure, sir, is we have looked at deportations for the last 15 years. It is up to the authority of the Immigration Customs Authority to charter an aircraft. It could be a military aircraft, but whichever aircraft comes in, it is under the authority of the ICE. The procedure, whether it was a military aircraft, whether it was a chartered aircraft, was exactly the same. Then the issue came up, sir, was there advance notice given? Sir, the
Only what the Minister says goes on record. Please go ahead.
Advance notice was given. The advance notice was given and there was consular access done. We had checked all the procedures. Then, sir, the issue was raised, do they have property? We are not aware that they have property, but if they have anything, we will be responsive to that. We do not, sir, have data on illegal immigrants, and the issue about student visas being cancelled does not apply to immigrants. Thank you, sir.
Beautiful. Shri, well, all we can say about the statement of the Honorable Minister is he has been very comprehensive and responded to all issues raised. Shri Abdul Wahab, 5 minutes, not present. Shri Ramji. Sanjeev, okay, you are there? I missed you. Shri Sanjeev Arora will resume to make his address for next 3 minutes.
Sir,
3 minutes.
When my point was interrupted, I was at out-of-pocket expense, which I have already taken care of, and I have mentioned quite a bit that we are on a higher side as far as out-of-pocket expenses are concerned in our country. Now, sir, coming next on AIMS, there have been 23 new AIMS hospitals, but there is a shortage of faculty of 40%, almost 40% in these AIMS, and also non-faculty positions are around 30% less in AIMS. So my